What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're hopping into Absolute Green Lantern, issue number 3. Now, there's a lot that has been going on in this series so far. It appears that Hal Jordan has the Black Hand, and while he struggles to try and control this power, we are shown the events of what happens when Abenzor shows up, a giant green dome going over their city. We have Roy, Joe, John, and Hal, all that are friends, all that live here. And now they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. People are disappearing, people are dying, and so it is a race against the clock. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we pick up with John Stewart holding an earring, a little gold earring, and he has been holding this thing for quite some time. As his friend Todd comes over to him, giving him a cup of coffee, the situation's it's a little weird right now. The people haven't turned on each other yet. Power's still on. People can still get food. No one's panicking just of yet. But there is a giant dome over everything. As it stands, everyone is sheltering in place. Probably still in shell shock, not fully grasping the severity of their situation yet. The truth is, people are waiting for somebody. This is the early days. They're hoping an authority sweeps in and just fixes everything for them. And John started to get some hypotheses. One of them being that the people on the outside, it's affecting their minds somehow. So they don't see it, they don't even think about it. What else they know is that this gold ring, or this earring, he found it on the road the other day. It was on the ear of the guy that crashed into the barrier. He hit the green wall so hard, his head was put into a pulp. Nothing penetrated the shield except for that. Cheap, fancy dress-up costume jewelry. So why did it make it through? What are the rules? As he throws it at the shield, we see it cut through. Now the question, how? John Stewart, now intrigued, says that he's gonna figure this out. He's going to know everything, but before anything else, he needs to talk to Hal Jordan. This is where we hop over and we have the confrontation between Hal and Jo. Jo is trying to talk to him, but he's telling her the Black Hand. It's hungry, it wants the light. If you can turn off your power, it might not try to come for you, but she doesn't know how. Hal tells her that it's fair because he doesn't know how to turn this off either. Lifting up that gun, the Black Hand strikes. It hits Jo as Jo puts up a shield. He tells her that it wants the light. He's unable to stop it. He just wants her to give it what it wants, begging for him to get control, to take hold of it. Jo's wedding ring begins to glow, and we see the giant light construct fist hit Hal Jordan, knock him down to the ground. Jo appearing to be the first one to unlock powers, at least Green Lantern powers. She tells Hal to get your stuff under control. To get it under control, or I'm gonna control it for you. Hal wondering how she's able to control this. We pick back up with John Stewart trying to figure out how to unlock this barrier. That's what takes him to Jo. Now we have to assume that there's some kind of time jump here, but it doesn't really specify. Stewart is coming for Jo's wedding ring, coming for it because it's made of solid gold. Right now, Jo's been going through a lot. She's had 2 co-workers die and another lose his hand, as she says. But John Stewart's about to run an experiment, and he wants Jo there, with Hal Jordan here as well. Hal's brought a little figure, a quote-unquote all-gold little Funzo figure. Really though, it's just painted gold. He takes this little figure and he throws it through the shield, recognizing a stronger reaction than last time. This alien force field. It totaled a speeding motorcycle right in front of them, but some reason it doesn't work on plastic. They're trying to figure out what the rules are. Thinking of the Philosopher's Stone, the center symbol of alchemy, the substance that turns base metal into gold. Thinking what is base becomes gold through knowledge. Cheap plastic barriers can go through some kind of barrier if it takes the form of gold. This is a clue. Now wondering, what about actual gold? Taking off her wedding ring, he throws it through the barrier, and it is able to open up a hole. It opens it up for a couple of seconds. Now they're wondering, do we get all the gold we can in town, throw it at the barrier, and just open this thing up? Allow all the townspeople to be able to escape. But he doesn't think that this is all the intended goal. school. He doesn't think that this is the lesson they're being taught. This is when Abenzor shows back up. He tells Jon Stewart that his judgment is in progress. With that, Jon Stewart is wiped away. Jon Stewart has been judged. When Todd comes out wielding a shotgun, he tries to take out Abenzor, but his shield prevents any round from touching him, telling Todd that your judgment is in progress. To be without fear. And then he disappears. Now they recognize that Jon got too close. The man of knowledge. But there's no knowledge to learn. No big enlightenment. Hal knows that they're prisoners. That's all this is. They're prisoners trapped in a hell, tortured by an alien god. And this, it's never gonna end. Not unless somebody ends it. This is where we see Hal Jordan taking rounds from his gun, and he begins to paint them gold. That will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This one was a relatively quick issue, not giving us a whole lot of detail, and they're starting to understand how the color yellow can affect the green spectrum, can affect the Green Lanterns. We're still trying to figure out what Abenzor's truly up to. Now, I'm assuming that Jon Stewart and the others aren't just being killed. They're being transported. Whether they're being transported to Oa or something of that nature is unknown. But what if this is a universe where Hal Jordan doesn't become the greatest Green Lantern to ever live? What if his judgment is deemed not worthy? That he refused to see it from a perspective and used violence, used fear to try to take out Abenzor? I still have yet to fully pinpoint what it is they got going on and what their plan is here. But Hal Jordan being Black Hand is gonna be dangerous for everybody. And now with a rage inside of him to stop Abenzor, a rage, an inkling for murder. Is Jo the only one that can stop him? Seeing that she's able to manifest those powers, she might be the only thing to prevent the Black Hand from genocide. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with the Absolute Universe. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.